Hello and welcome. This will be a very quick Bitcoin chart analysis video. And I recently did one in the last half hour or 40 minutes or close to it, talking about the Bitcoin breakout at the time, how I was looking for situations to get into coins. And interestingly enough, it's weird. We'll see how this plays out, but I was only thinking of one song at the time from one of my favorite soundtracks of all time, the Dumb and Dumber soundtrack, which is the Primitive song Crash. I was going to say something, but I also realized that most people have never even heard of this song. This might be a top 300, 400 song of all time for me, so it's like a whatever piece of music. And as mentioned in that video, I talked about the way things have been going, and it sure has done such a thing. Here's the single hour time frame. Okay. How often have we seen this lately? Resistance established. Have this break. And then, as I said in this morning's video, that it's not only going to have a fast move to this bottom level, but a significant move. It has came down to this previous level of resistance. Within some lines that I have drawn, this is Bitstamp, when I put the Bitfinance on, or not the Bitfinance, but the Bitfinex chart. Close enough. I drew this line in. I don't think it represented any Fibonacci. For Fibonacci is even higher than that in what's drawn in. But it comes down towards these lows. And we've been seeing this pattern quite often, it seems. Well, this line anyway, this was just one that I drew in. This is a spot where markets just happened to go to where it came from. So if you were looking to have a spot, hang on, I hope I made my order right. And I was hoping I had an order to basically sell Bitcoin there for TUSD, but I didn't. However, the bottom line is every one of these moves before this move up had this failed breakdown. This double leg lower started with this failed breakout. This rally never really did have such a case, for it never fell below that key support mark of 65.20. At least not, this doesn't count. It needs a decent sized move like the preceding ones have had. This up move in here, not really. I mean, it did go down in here, but not a big move, and it really just established support a little bit higher, or lower rather. This move in here had an interesting selling in here. We are now back to June the 27th. This rally, of course, had this failed break below this level, so that was a failed move, fast move. The move that came down, just the situation here, there was the failed breakout here that resulted into the down move that occurred thereafter. Not so much in here. I had a couple breakout attempts, but nothing like what we've been seeing on. Okay, well, that's the general list. It's been happening more so recently, but it happened again just now. And it seems as if I've been screaming about, or screaming, whatever, just saying a lot about the move that could bring it to a serious decline, a little over a 50% or 2x decline. From where it stands right now at 61.87. For a tick-by-tick basis, after having support at the 18 for a decent amount of time, decent lows, decent move to the 18 lows, a pause day on a down lower, a move lower, which is digesting the move down, having a little bit of a departure or statement of leaving the 18, and further more so during this current period. So to say that this looks bullish, quite the opposite. and most certainly looks that of bearish. Again, strong bearish setups that don't go through expect a big fast move higher. Same thing with strong bullish setups that don't go through expect a fast move lower. But it wouldn't surprise me at this stage, as I seeing it leave the 18 as it is at the price point. When I consider on the daily chart that the 18 lows is 63.28 and that's where it's leaving from, well, if I put a line near 63.28, close enough, I can see it leaving this line clearly. On the 1 hour time frame, as soon as it loads, it's obviously resisting this same line as well. Basically what was support is now that of resistance. So just as I'm looking at this now, does this move translate into what could be a very, very large move? Maybe. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if we just have a major seesaw where something... I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if something like the following that I'm going to show occurs, where it does something like this, and now are we going to have another failed move that does a big move to the upside? That wouldn't surprise me, but even more so, it wouldn't surprise me if something like that were to happen too. Thus have a little bit of selling near this area. When I say little bit, not as little bit as using volatility size, not major volatility where this would be. And then find a fast little bottom from this area. And then of course, this being the low, a move that would have a fast move back to where it would come from. Thus the pattern that the pattern's what it would be of the failed breakdown fast move higher. Of course, that's what I'm going to be looking on. If the price has a significant break below 6K, that's going to be the first thing that I'm going to be analyzing, is how do the fast breakdown areas look, both as I show short term and intermediate term. And I realize that if I don't see the fast move setup, where even if it rallies like this, I wouldn't expect it to rally further somewhere up towards this area, where if I were to look at something like this, I'd be like, okay, even a larger warning, this thing is going to 3,000 is what I'd be saying. So that is where it stands. And I want to make this less than 10 minutes. So I'm going to conclude this video now. And I've done so in making it under not only 10 minutes, but 9. Of course, everything you do is your own risk, own reward. I'm just basically pointing out how I'm viewing the market from my perspective, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.